Hey guys, Michal Hucko here and welcome to another video of Jupyter tutorial. And in this video we're gonna talk about Jupyter Notebook. In the previous video we talked about Jupyter Lab and now we're gonna talk about Notebook. Now Jupyter Notebook is very similar to Jupyter Lab. Basically the main difference is that the Jupyter Notebook is just a running environment to run different languages like Python or Scala, R and stuff like this. And Jupyter Lab is a whole editor, yes? So there are all the nitty-gritties of editor, you can add their extensions, you can work with the tabs, you can split screen, stuff like this. So Jupyter Notebook is something smaller. But basically everything what is in the Jupyter Notebook is also in the Jupyter Lab. Right. Okay, so let's go to the terminal. So as you can see, I'm running the virtual environment Jupyter in this case, and if you followed along and you install the Jupyter Lab in the first video with the virtual environment setup, if you go to pip list, you will see all these packages being installed, and there is a Jupyter Lab installed. Now this means if you have the Jupyter Lab installed in your computer, also the Jupyter notebooks will be installed. Notebooks are installed under the module name notebooks. So if you go down there, there is a notebook module with the version 6.0.3. So we are running 6.0.3 here. If you are from the future, you are maybe running something better. So feel free to test it first, and then maybe you can write into discussion what is the situation in your age. Okay, so how to run the Jupyter Notebook? And in order to run the Jupyter Notebook, you just write down Jupyter Notebook. Now it will take some time, but as you can see, it will open the notebook for you. And as you can see, the Jupyter Notebook, after being loaded, looks just like the file browser from the Jupyter Lab. And basically it is, in the first place, just a file browser. So there are no tabs. Whenever you want to open one of these notebooks, so let's open the old one from the previous, you will be open in the new card and you will be prompted with the notebook on the full screen. Basically the same buttons are on the top as in case of Jupyter Lab. So basically the same thing, yes? You can also stop the cell, restart the whole kernel, right? You can run it. And you can do all the same stuff as you are doing with the Jupyter Lab. And as I mentioned, that the Jupyter was dedicated for all the variety of languages, and some of people are running R here, so the R language. All data scientists, there are some data scientists who prefer the R instead of the Python. Yeah, the weird one. But just joking, I'm the Python guy. So feel free to run the kernel with R, maybe if you are an R fan. Or also Ruby can be run there, or Scala. Okay, let's go back to the file browser, and you can see when you are running something, there is this green notebook symbol icon, and you can see also the file size. So basically it gives you the same detailed view. In the running tab you will see all the running notebooks, and in the clusters there, if you're running a cluster, you will see there a parallel notebooks running, but in this case we are not. So if you go to the data, and there is the iris CSV, and if you click on the iris CSV, there is this CSV view preview, which I don't really like. So that's the reason why I prefer the Jupyter Lab in the first place. Whenever I need to check the data, the Jupyter Lab gives me the opportunity to check the data, but the notebook is quite limited, yeah? So well, some of the teachers on the internet are recommending the Jupyter Notebook for the novice data scientists. I highly recommend Jupyter Lab to everyone. Yeah, I think we should forget about the Jupyter Notebook and concentrate mostly on the Jupyter Lab. But I wanted to show you that this is also a way how you can develop your data science projects and stuff like this, yeah. So if you are here back in the browser and you go to the files, now I'm in the data, so click in the root directory, you can create the new Python again. And in this case, that's the wizard for creating a new notebook. You can either choose Python 3 or Python 3.7.7. There is something interesting. You can also create text files. So for example, you can create a text file, add their Python code and rename it to a .py. So it allows you to create also the Python files, but you can open a terminal. So if you open the terminal, And you can open the terminal also in the Jupyter lab, but I didn't do it because I wanted to show you in this video because the previous video was too long. So as you can see, now I'm in the terminal, and now this can be quite confusing sometimes. When you are in this terminal, but just make sure to check which Python you are running. So if you go and write which Python, you can see that you are running the homebrew Python. And beware, we are running the environment, the virtual environment. So if you come and press LS, you can see that you reside in the same directory from where the Jupyter notebook was run. So now you can also source the Jupyter virtual environment the same way as we did in the previous videos. And now I'm using now when I run the which Python, yeah, I'm repeating it because repeating is good for you. As you can see, I'm running the Python from the virtual environment, okay? And from this terminal you can install the packages, so modules, sorry. So you don't need to always alt tab to the terminal and check out and then install package and restart the notebook. You can do it directly from here, and it's much easier, to be honest, and much simpler. Fine, guys. This was a Jupyter notebook. It was quite fresh, quite fast. So I hope you got something from this. In the next video, we're gonna talk about Jupyter Markdown, which is one of the coolest features down there in the Jupyter, and that's also the reason why these data scientists, or like me, are using this kind of software. So stay tuned for the next video. My name is Michal Hucko. I hope I will see you in the next video. Thank you.